Hi guys, welcome to another video from myself, from Neel, from Trademate, and this time I'm just going to go through just a little update on my progress. So you would have seen a video last month, my first month with Trademate, well within the first 6 weeks. Now it's the 13th of September. I started on the 4th of July. So it's a couple of months in now, and so you can see from my screen here, things have gone really well, better than I expected, and so it's a good sample size now as well to compare. So the first video I did was just over 1,000 trades. Now I've got up to just under 2,000. There'll be 2,000 trades by tomorrow, and just under £8,000 in total profit. Hitting a 10% ROI as well. So things have gone quite well. You can see from my results here, again, a kind of steady increase. The more trades that I've made, the more bets I've placed, the more my profits have generally followed this line and this trajectory. So yeah, I've been quite pleased with that. And just to give you an idea in terms of the analytics as well. So the filter here, I've set it to the actual EV that I would be expected to get is probably around half of that figure. So just under 4,000. But again, because I mentioned in the last video, I use Kelly staking, so I'm staking 20% Kelly. At the moment, I think this has made a big difference in terms of my profit, and it will for you. Obviously, there's a risk that's carried with that, but again, over time, long term, this is where you can really kind of ramp up your profits. That's something I've been seeing as well. And again, the average edge of a bet that I've placed is around 6%, but the actual average return on investment I've got is about 10%. So again, maybe I'm exceeding expectations. This hit is going to happen at some point. But again, using this kind of staking, generally, it's done pretty well for me. In terms of filters, presets, on average, I look, I set my filter for up to 24 hours. Trademate themselves recommend 12 hours. So again, it's your discretion, but for best results, probably looking at that kind of up to 12 hours before kickoff. And again, the times I'm placing my trades are early in the morning. They tend to be. I've had a few weekends where again this month where I've tried to place as many trades as I can, but generally it's been the same kind of hours that I've done before. And if anything, I've actually lost a bit of time. I've had some personal issues and lots of errands to run, which cost me about a week of trading. So again, I'm quite pleased with how things have gone in that way. I thought for this video as well, it'd be interesting to have a look at some of the analytics, because across different sports, there's been mixed success. I don't read too much into it at the moment, but I thought I would show you just out of interest. So obviously football being the sport of choice, you can see kind of the line is kind of up and down, kind of variable. A good run lately, that again, that's kind of a nice steady profit. Lots of bets will come through football trading now that the big leagues are starting up again. You're going to see lots of football trades coming up on your feed. But it's not all plain sailing, you do have to be prepared for some variance. So something I noticed as well, which is quite interesting with ice hockey, you can see here actually I'm at a loss, so I'm about minus 400 down on ice hockey trades. I should be if EV was going to plan somewhere around here, but I'm not at the moment. So again, I need to kind of have a look at that. And there has been a fair amount of turnover, so over £7,000 turned over on ice hockey bets, but again, not quite getting those edges. So I'm going to maybe look into this a little bit more for next month. I think it's just variance, to be honest, just in terms of turnover. It's not a huge portion of my turnover, so that could be the reason. So for example, if I look at tennis, generally, a good profit margin on tennis. Obviously, the US Open has been on. There's been lots of trades on the US Open. I've done quite well on Boyle Sports, for example. They've been very good for tennis. And again, now if I look at tennis, the kind of odds that I'm getting, don't be afraid to take these high odds plays, because again, you'll get a good hit rate on those. So yeah, again, don't be afraid to do that. And if I'm looking at overall the true closing odds and the hit breakdown, this will give you an idea. So actually, if anything, the lower odds that I have here generally have not been hugely profitable, but have been steady. As I've gone up here, higher odds in general have been running at a loss, but again, that's a small sample size. So, if you're betting at 4-1, 5-1, you can go on a long run. There can be variance, but again, you can hit some big winners. So, going through some of my trades, you can see some recent trades here. Just to give you an example, so I had a bet here on IFK Burger. Again, a nice edge on this, although it didn't actually close with that edge, but still it won. So it's kind of 240 euros won on that. So again, yeah, a 60 euro stake on there for a very nice profit. So again, don't be afraid to take those high odds selections on. And yeah, so at the moment you can see this is 2,000 trades, around 80,000 in turnover. Generally, things are ticking along quite nicely. So again, the tool that you have here in Trademate really can help you find these value edges, find a way that it works for you. So in my first video, again, I explained the kind of timings that I use to get on the trades that I want. But play around with these filters. Go on the forum, talk to everyone on there, other customers and the staff at Trademate. Everyone has lots of great suggestions on how you can make use of this software. You can see it's not a scam. If you think it's a scam, fair enough. But these are genuinely my results after 2 months. Not just doubling my bank, almost 2.5 times my original bank size. That is a really fast rate of return, and something you could do. You put some hours in, but actually it doesn't have to take over your whole life. You can do this on the side and make a very nice steady income from it. In terms of bookmakers, if you're interested, you can have a quick look here as well. And where are we here? I have a look at my dashboard. Yeah, so out of interest, if you see the bookmakers I've been most successful with, this won't necessarily apply to everyone. There'll be other bookmakers maybe you can use in your country that I can't. Betway, I think seem to have more success than others. Subject to some restriction, but still able to get decent stakes down with them, and William Hill as well. And actually, some bookmakers where I've had the turnover but not quite, got the profits yet. So for example, Sporting Bet. Yeah, so I'm kind of down with them, but that's fine. Actually, sometimes if you're down with one bookmaker, you might get more time before you get any kind of restrictions or get hit with any restrictions. So I'm optimistic this will turn around. This happens to be also linked to the ice hockey bets. I tend to have got a lot of ice hockey bets from Sporting Bet here, so that's something I would look with as well. Something as well to note, for full disclosure, I am starting to use the Pro Tools a little bit more. So you'll notice in the list here, I've got Betfair Exchange, which is running at a small profit at the moment, and Matchbook as well, which is running at a slight loss. So in future updates, you're going to see more activity on Betfair Exchange and on Matchbook, and also with the likes of SBO as well. So some of the sharp bookies. Just in case you're interested. So yeah, that's all from me really. If you've got any more questions about how I've been setting up my trade feed or anything like that, give me or or Alex or any of the team at Trademate a shout, and they'll be happy to explain it for you. And let's see what happens next month. You can kind of make your predictions. If you think this profit is going to tank down, hopefully not. But but if you think it is, if you think I'm way ahead of EV, let me know. If you think it's kind of continuing, as I'm doing, do you think I should tweak any settings? Part of me thinks maybe I'm not being aggressive enough by having only 20% Kelly. Maybe I can increase it a little bit higher. But yeah, so let me know, and thanks for watching.